This is Njeri Mazingira, an environmentalist and an advocate of mental health, and this is my story.
A good day to you, our viewers of the Quo Vadis YouTube channel. In today's show, we bring you the segment of my story, and this is where we talk about we get to learn about different people, get to hear the inspirational stories, and we get to get one or two things from their life and all that they have gone through and who they are today and what they do. So in today's episode of my story, we have a guest, and our guest today is all about environment, conservation of the environment, mandhari yetu, everything that surrounds us. This is what we're going to be learning more about today, and learning more about this person who deals with this work. As always, I'm your host, Edna Mumbi Maina. Welcome to our YouTube channel.
Thank you.
Introduce yourself to the viewers.
Good morning, viewers. My official name is Njeri Githaiga. But they call me Njeri Mazingira because of the type of work that I do in a day-to-day basis and for our environment. Yeah.
Welcome to our channel.
Thank you.
Hata leo choose setting yenye at least
it's favorable.
It has what.
But I love your landscaping also.
Oh, thank you. So before we start this conversation, as always, as it is our norm with this channel, we're going to pick a random question, so that we can get to learn the other side of Njeri that is not Mazingira.
What's your go-to meal when you feel too lazy to cook? I'm a milk and cookies person. Yeah.
You and the girl dinner.
When I don't feel like cooking, I'm too tired. That's it. Something you will not miss in my house.
Cookies and milk. That's nice. For me, I don't know. Tuseme chipo. But
you see, chipo is a lot of work. Ama you go buy?
I buy.
Oh. I thought you started.
No, I don't even think I know how to cook. Now let's get to today's conversation. Maybe you can tell us, who is Njeri? How did you grow up? Where did you grow up? How was growing up for you like? Yes.
I'm born and raised in Njeri County, our county, in Karatina to be precise, being the firstborn of 4, 2 ladies and 2 gentlemen, and I'm also a mother of 1. Yeah. So having grown, you see, our county is very green.
Yeah.
So from reception, I was born in a green area. Even before we begin even on environmental things. Yeah. So yeah.
So just a normal background, the normal growing up. So while growing up, maybe you're studying or in school, why did you feel inclined to environment in any way? Ama hiyo tu ulikuwa unajua kuna watu walikuwa wanapenda tu PE. Unajua labda ulikuwa unapenda PE, so uko huku nje in the environment. Was there any inclination to environment itself?
Yeah, I was part of the environmental club, and also I think something that inspired me more even when growing up, my grandfather used to be a person who loves landscaping a lot, growing flowers, nyasi anakata vizuri. So I used to enjoy that environment and feel like it's a clear space where even if I wanted to think clearly about something in school or study, I would go sit somewhere and read through, and it will become a very good environment for me, or a place to understand what I'm reading through, compared to being in class where there's a lot of noise. So I'm that person who, even when studying, I want a very quiet place so that I'm able to digest whatever I'm reading through. Yeah.
So you've mentioned that your grandfather used to do landscaping. Now, are you watching, or would you just enjoy his work?
Yes,
or you do with him?
Yeah.
Or you used to do it with him? That's really. Are you a landscaper now?
Yeah, but not really that much. Yeah.
Okay.
So in high school, now when I joined high school, partly I would do it. I was still in the environmental club, but I also do poets, but I think because of time I don't get time to write them, but I would write poems even, and they would be said in school though hazikuwa zinaenda sana. Yeah.
Hey, you're one of those people, articles those tunazipata kwa notice board. Hey, that's nice. Now, when did you now feel I now need to get into this space of environment? Maybe there's that enjoying the environment itself, but when did you get to now feel now it is now time for me to get into it in depth? Maybe is it something you saw and felt like this needs someone to work on? How did that get to be?
When I was in high school, I was not high school now, we've gone to campus. Yes, I was in Kikuyu in Presbyterian University of East Africa. So it still motivated me still to love landscaping. But there's a specific place we call Njeri wetlands that is a swamp, and it was being done a lot of dumping site a lot by the area, especially the renters that were there. So there's a friend of mine who's also a mentor. He's David Wakogi, who's the coordinator of that place. So I got interested in his work because I would see if he planted trees at a certain place and tried to fight that people stop dumping that place, then I would see the glory back of that place. Having that during weekends, we would go and sleep at Apple, get to enjoy, just to relax off the mind of school. So when the kind of work I would see from him motivated me to even get more interest and have to be an advocate of our environment. Yeah.
Right. Now, is that when you started your environmental work, or now you transited to something else?
That's when I began now, because I became a volunteer of that place. I've actually been a volunteer, I think, for the last around 8 years now. Because even when I'm here, I still go there when I get time. Yeah, when there are events there, like this year, we did in February, we did the marathon. It's called the Njeri Marathon. Then there is also the next day it does a wetlands day. So it was also done there. Yeah, through the Ministry of Environment. Yeah.
All right. Now, when did you decide to now add the name Mazingira to your name, to now call yourself Njeri Mazingira?
Mazingira came actually in a very funny way. Later on now, when I'm already working, actually when I'm here in Njeri, because I worked in Nairobi for some time, then I came now here. So we had gone for an environmental activity, tree planting and clean up. So we were seated somewhere with my friends and someone mentioned Mazingira. So someone called me Mazingira. It hit me when I went back home. Because I've been looking for a name that is easier for people to understand and easier for people to call me with what I do. Yeah. So I just thought Njeri Mazingira. That was it.
That was how it came to be.
Yeah.
Which is a very nice name actually. Before we get now to maybe how it has been since then you decided to now get into this environmental field, I'm going to pick another question. It asks, if you had to pick a new name for yourself, what a coincidence, what would it be?
It should still be Njeri Mazingira, because there you see I'm Penina Njeri Githaiga, but now I have a new name, Njeri Mazingira, so I would still go for it.
You'd still go for Njeri.
Yeah. The reason why I even choose that name, because I work with schools a lot, the greening schools, and it is easier even for kids to understand. Just even my son is able to call me Njeri Mazingira. It's so simple, you know, and it also tells them Mazingira. It gets an interest to know what do you do, and it will just give them an environment stuff. Yeah.
It just speaks for itself.
Exactly.
Yes. For me, I don't know. Would I change my? Would I want another name? I think yes. But to add to my name, if I'd get another name that I would add to my name, it would be good. Especially for me, I'm inclined in saints and all these things, so I'd really want to have another name added there, kama in brackets, saints, fulani, but generally I love my name. You had
an interest of being a nun?
I did, but story for another day. Now that you've mentioned that, you've mentioned to us that you go to school and do cleanups and all these things. What are some of these projects that you do or you've done as Njeri Mazingira to now?
I've done a cleanup at Narumoro town through a friend. Then we've also done tree planting in most of the schools, which I would mention maybe in Narumoro, also in Kieni, Rusoi Primary, and Nyakange Primary School. Then we also distribute seedlings to the community also to be able to help us create a safe environment also.
And maybe, you know, us as ladies and women, especially young ladies, don't really like getting into dirty work. You know, hata kama tukiambia we go clean up towns, sisi tunaenda tu kusaidia watu kuangalia. What made you now, what pushes you to get out and do, if it's a clean up, you're there picking up the litter and all this, what pushes you to do that?
They say cleanliness is second to godliness. And even you can feel that when here, the environment of course feels good and feels fresh air. Because I've also told you I've lived in Nairobi, you feel it's too noisy. There is air pollution, there's sewage everywhere, there's littering, so you feel you're just tired at the end of the day. Why I love it, it's because it is something we'll do it and we are involving a lot of people. I love working with a lot of people, not just myself. So an initiative that you say, even when you do tree planting, will involve people. And tomorrow, even when I'm not there, they will also do it. And we are also creating a clean environment for them. Yeah, that's something that motivates me to do that.
Right. And maybe what are some of the achievements you can say you've achieved now as Njeri Mazingira?
Having looked at Njeri, I would go back there, having volunteered at that place and seeing how, should get some time and just watch some documentaries about it. You'll see how the place, from what it was to now what it is something that motivates me a lot. And makes me want to do even more for our environment. And now that I'm in our county, there are initiatives that we are doing. I'm in the pipeline also for greening schools. And now I want to go to healthcare because it's something that I'm very passionate about our healthcare. That our hospitals, we just, you go to hospital, you know, even this, you feel that I'm very, I keep repeating about the what is it called? The fresh air that we are breathing right now. So I feel even for the hospitals, if we are able to get that and do some good landscaping for them and plant trees around that area, even when someone is sick, akienda tu hospitali atafeel, hata kama sijaona daktari, I have felt nice, easier, you know. And especially now that I'm also into mental health, it also creates a good environment for you mentally.
Right. And maybe currently our situation, even in Njeri County and in the country and in the world itself, we're being faced with a lot of issues that are affecting our environment, be it climate change, be it waste management and all these things. Do you feel like we're in a position of correcting these things, or is it too late for us?
It's not late. It's never too late to start. And it is just, actually it never takes that much, because you see, like we created an awareness to our people that hiyo karatasi uko nayo, don't drop it on the floor. Look for somewhere to dispose it. That plastic that you have, don't dispose it there. We also see even you find people are given drugs in the hospital and they just throw it anywhere. A kid will go and pick that medicine later on. What will be the effect? You see, so I feel we have a lot of things that we can do for our environment, and probably create aware. What we need most is creating awareness to our people as to why we need to have a clean environment. Because someone, as long as you know this thing is not good, even when you see someone else doing it, you're able to tell them, no, whatever you're doing is wrong. You've
made me think about something I came across today in the morning, and it was saying that whenever you chew gum and throw it, a bird comes to eat it thinking it's a breadcrumb, and then it chokes to death.
You see?
So we are killing our birds, and it really made me think, and because sometimes it's you're unaware of what you're doing, and the consequences of what you do are immense. So maybe what is your advice to young people who are maybe thinking about getting into conservation, environment, all these things? What is your advice to them? Is the cake enough for them? Is there enough space for now other young people to get and maybe do this environmental work?
Actually, what has been done is too little. Whatever has been done right now is too little. We need more activists into environment so that we are able to fight for our space here and fight for our environment. Because you see, like waste management, that is one thing that even most of our towns that we really struggle with. So even when it rains, we get floods. You see, if it is tree planting, there is a lot of space we can plant a lot of trees, and the more we plant trees, the more we are able to counter climate change. But the more we cut those trees, the more we are able to go back now to where we don't want to go. Yeah. So I would encourage anyone who feels that I really want to do, just start small. I started small. I started as a volunteer. So your passion keeps driving you to whatever. If you love something, you'll always want to fight for it. You also always want to see the fruit of it at the end of it all. So I would want someone to start from where they are. Just even your area. Just encourage people to maintain cleanliness. If it is a collection of dirt, plant trees around your area, do landscaping, just do something for the environment. You begin from there, then you work with other people who've been there before. They also teach you a lot. Yeah, you get to learn the challenges. So next time ukienda maybe like tree planting, one of these people are struggling to even know how to plant a tree. Next time when you go, you'll be the champion of how we are going to plant these trees. Yeah.
Right. And now, maybe what is that one thing you can say, you can tell the young people or anyone else watching us they can do starting now to conserve the environment?
We begin from the small thing. Stop littering our environment. Even when you see a place is blocked, just try and unblock it, because tomorrow it will accumulate and accumulate and accumulate, and then later on we have even the dumping sites. You see, like if you see a place is not, I always love like our county, especially on environment, they are very open to ideas. So if you have an idea on how we can reduce on plastics, reduce on waste management, recycling, it is always easier to go in and give them your proposal, and they can see how to work together. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So maybe you can tell us, do you have platforms whereby we can get maybe even awareness on environment, or get you and what you do, and to anyone else who would like to join you in your work and help and aid in any way, how can they get to reach you and all that? Yes.
I'm always an open person, very open to ideas, very open to initiatives, and I'm very active on social media. They call me Njeri. I have another name now. On social media. So you'll always find what we do there, our activities. If we have an upcoming initiatives, we work with Mentor Warriors Hub. So when we have activities, we also join in. Yeah, because one of the things that Njeri Mazingira says is we create a safe environment for mental health. Yeah.
All right.
So my social media is, and also my number, 0710 123 465. I'm always very open to any idea that we can make our environment more better. Yeah.
All right. Maybe one last question as we close. What is that thing you'd tell your younger self? Maybe that younger self, whichever age you'd like to advise, what is that one thing you'd tell that Njeri?
I wish I had the confidence that I have now, because earlier on in life I was a shy girl who had ideas but would not work on them because of the fear of the unknown. But right now, with the experience that I have, I wish back then I would have the confidence that I have right now, I would be very far actually now. Yeah, but it's still not too late.
Yeah, it's never too late.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much for holding this conversation with me and creating that. Actually, this is also creating an awareness of such initiatives, and most people don't know that we have such initiatives in our county, especially those in Njeri County, and even in our country, where we get to see other people in the world doing these things, but we don't get to appreciate those that do it amongst us. Maybe you can tell us what the logline of Njeri Mazingira is as we finish.
First, let me say thank you for inviting me today. It's really, thank you. It feels good. Feels that someone is appreciating the good work that we are doing. And Njeri Mazingira, is my t-shirt says, it's creating a safe environment for mental health. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Njeri.
Thank you.
Yes, so to our viewers, okay, I had not mentioned that I had worn green purposefully for this interview.
Yes, you have a touch of green.
Yeah, so thank you so much to our viewers for getting to the end of this video and getting to listen to the story of Njeri Mazingira and all that she does and the initiatives that she has taken upon herself to conserve the environment and even create a safe environment for us. I hope that this story has inspired you to do more, to get out of your head and go forward with that idea that you have. And you never know, actually, whatever you have might create a very big impact in our country, in our county, and in the world in itself. As always, I'm your host, Edna Mumbi Maina. I hope that you enjoy this video. Make sure to like, make sure to watch, and subscribe and share to many people so that we can be able to get a wider and greater audience and impact more lives. As always, thank you so much and bye.